Sharing last week's video to that Facebook group might have been a mistake, but I guess it's good because I got that comment moderator that I just hired. Hey Randy, how are the comments going on that Facebook post of that video from last week?
Mean people leave mean comments. Dumb people leave bad comments. Stupid people leave bad comments on your post.
Randy, are you capable of answering me without singing?
I guess I could, but I don't around here. Beep, 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 deep, 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 deep.
I don't think we're going to be able to do this again for a while. I think it's getting kind of old, and you're getting kind of old, man.
Go on a cruise, elder abuse. It don't matter how old I am around here.
Whatever you say, Randy.
Hey guys, how's it going? So we're back with another video, and this week the video is about a video. Last week we made a video about the Squier Sonic Mustang. And at the end of that video, I basically said it is the best currently produced non-custom shop Fender guitar. I posted that video to a Facebook group, and I should have known better. Some of these people in these Facebook groups, I don't even know what to say. I mean, when I make these videos about things like Fender or any other brand, and I'm telling you the truth, because there are so many YouTube personalities out there. Their video is basically, hey guys, how's it going? So today, quick cut to a meme. And then we're going to quick cut to acting. And then we're going to quick cut to... And now here's the product. Brought to you by NordVPN. Then back to the product again. Oh, yeah, they installed the bridge sideways, but that's just a little bit of a QC flaw. That could be better. The fret ends are steak knives, and they've cut 4 of my fingers off of my left hand. But, you know, that happens. It's an import guitar. What do you expect? And that's half the problem. So I'm making these videos to be honest with you because I'm sick and tired of it. Who's paying these people to make these videos? The brands themselves, most likely. I don't get that kind of money. Unless you click an affiliate link in my description, I don't get money from brands. Period. I get money from you watching. So thanks for being here. But back to the Facebook group thing. I also make these videos because the general collective intelligence or lack of intelligence, the general collective idiocy, stupidity, citizens of Moron Mountain, it comes from people in these groups. Make a post asking a question and you're going to get 100 to 1. You're going to get these people, these special people that are going to come in and say certain things. I knew that going in. But I honestly believed that by posting this video in this group, that it wouldn't go that way. I thought they would say, oh, this guy's talking about a guitar that is the subject of our group. And, wow, that's an interesting take. Or, wow, he's saying something that I agree with. But these people don't think. They don't have the capability of reason. They don't have the capability of debate, logic, intellect, the ability to have a conversation with you point by point by point by point. Here's how it goes instead. Point is made. I'm going to attack you personally. That's how it goes for them. That's the only way that they know how to do anything in their life. It's probably why they've never accomplished anything in their life musically. But let's look at it. I've talked about it enough. Here's the post. Group name redacted. It's too bad that Fender is too busy ripping everyone off with trash planks and charging thousands when their best guitar is 1/10 of the price. Shame on Fender. These guitars are amazing, but don't buy them brand new. Fender doesn't deserve our money. And there's the thumbnail. And it was the video from last week, which if you haven't watched it, you should. And I'm not just saying that because I made it. I'm saying that because I think it's an honest video. It's something that you need to hear. And I think it's a good video. It shows the guitar off really well. But anyway, it'll also make the rest of this video make sense. let's go through some of the comments that came, because as you can see here, it only got 18 reacts, but it got 58 comments. I've just moved my window. 58 comments. And I just posted this. I'm making this video at 5. It's currently 17:28, so 24 hours ago. So first it starts with this guy. He's kind of lighthearted. Axes are for playing, not grinding. Winky face. In other words, I'm not going to engage with any of your arguments. I'm going to say, it's all good, man. Let's all just live in peace and harmony, man. There's no need to ever criticize anything ever, because that's just bad. That's just bad vibes. Irrelevant opinion. This guy. I love made in Japan Fender guitars. What does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything that was said in the video at all. And then this guy. This is the right answer. The Japanese I have are this, that, and the other, and they're all absolutely killer. I agree, but only after I changed everything. Like, what is this? What in the world is this? This is everywhere. It's so good. Only after I changed. Then it's not. It's not. It's not that good if you had to change everything. But what's the overarching thing again here? Doesn't engage with any of the points made in the video. Didn't even look at the video. Has no idea how to have a conversation point by point. That would be like if I said, man, I really like the Cincinnati Reds. And then they came in and said, I like the Houston Oilers. That doesn't make any sense. We're talking about baseball. You come in talking about some totally random thing. It doesn't make any sense at all. This is irrelevant. But this is where it degenerated very, very, very quickly. Derek says, that guy's such a whiny bitch. I'm not an antagonist at all. I wouldn't respond with 1 or 2 word answers, would I? Is he? Yes. Yup, and so are you. So, okay, let's pause for a second. These people who are so smart, so intelligent, have such big brains, have such great credibility, are so exacting in their analysis of guitars and the music industry, are not able to comprehend that I am the guy in the video. My profile picture makes it pretty obvious that I'm the same guy. And so are you. So they can't even tell that 2 human beings... Look at me. Look at me. Do I look like anyone but myself? Generally speaking? I mean, so he didn't watch the video either. He didn't bother to... He can't even tell that 2 human beings are the same person. But he's gonna come in here and disagree with an opinion about a guitar. It's just that baffles me. That's hilarious to me. And then again, this guy. I think most of the comments on this post and YouTube vids will support my thoughts. Just so negative. Then he realizes that it's me. If that's your angle to get views, then go you. But for the rest of us, it's just negative noise and annoying. Again, where is your counter to my argument? Where is your counterpoint? I made a claim, and your reaction was not, your claim is invalid for XYZ. I have an alternate claim. My opinion is different. I believe this, that, or the other. This is why you're wrong. He says, you're a whiny bitch. Because right here he says, so are you, to Derek. You're a whiny bitch. No substance. Because I'm right, is why. So then this is the biggest one that we're going to talk about here. So Derek says he pretty much just cries about guitars not being super cheap, even though he says an Affinity is better than the Fender Standard, which it's pretty much the same. Pause. I proved that it is not. Number 1. Number 2, which it's pretty much the same. You're saying an Affinity Squire and a Fender Standard are the same. So you're proving me right in your very first sentence already. And they're also not pretty much the same. If they sounded the same to you, then you need to go to the hearing doctor. You have worse hearing than I do with a deaf right ear. You need to go get some help if you thought that those sounded the same. I've compared them on a video. So he's showing here that he actually watched that video, which is funny. All these people hate watch me, and I make money. I pay my mortgage with what I make from YouTube and playing gigs. These people are paying my mortgage every time they hate watch my content, and I think it's hilarious to me. He says there shouldn't be $500 Squires, which I could kind of agree with, but money sucks. And Squire has a guitar at every $50 price, so you can buy what you want if you got cash. But it's just constant bitching about other people and what they like and how they see guitar and what they want to spend their money on. And he can't stand that others don't see everything the same way as he does, but he can't get over it. Okay, what in the word salad did we just read here? First of all, he says an affinity and a standard are the same thing, which that proves me right, first of all. Second of all, he could kind of agree with, but money sucks. I have no idea what that means. So his problem here is that I don't think all opinions are valid. I got a news flash for all of you. Not every opinion is valid, number one. Number two, not everyone is entitled to project their opinion as fact on other people. You're entitled to your opinion in your brain, right? But you're not entitled to try to force other people to believe it as a fact. Okay? So I don't understand why, again, why is a binary good and bad so wrong? Moral relativism and just relativism in general about anything is ridiculous to me. What is the world? There's beauty, there's ugliness, there's skinny, there's fat. There's good, there's bad. There's fantastic, there's abysmal. Dichotomy is what the world is. You have sight because you could be blind. You can hear because you could be deaf. You can feel because otherwise you might be all alone. The whole everything in our whole experience of the world is a binary experience. So when your core belief is everything could be valid, everything could be right, everything could be good, then nothing is good, nothing is right, and nothing is valid. So here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to tell you the truth. That opinion is, in fact, invalid. You're not entitled to vomit that opinion out at everybody else. You are, objectively, in a binary right and wrong system, wrong. And then here's the coup de grace. Plus, he calls himself Big Jake. You know, 30 to 40 years ago, a man was sitting on the couch watching this cowboy movie starring John Wayne. And he looked over at a woman and said, "One day I'm going to have a son, and I'm going to name him Jake. After that, there cowboy Big Jake." I call myself that, I guess. Not the man who made half of me. So then this guy says, it's like people don't understand how things work. I'm not going to read all of this because it's all it doesn't make any sense. People complain about rising instrument prices and they don't understand. Tariffs are a huge factor. We went over all of this in my video. All he says is people don't understand it. Everything's more expensive and tariffs are higher. But he doesn't explain how that actually affects the price because the answer is it shouldn't affect it as much as it is. I went over this in my video. No counterpoint made whatsoever. And again, this guy, Derek, no counterpoint made whatsoever. His argument against all of the facts that I listed in the last video were, I don't like him and I can't stand him because his opinion is different from other people's. So, hold on. He can't stand me because my opinion is different from other people's. But he can't stand me because my opinion is different than his. His opinion is invalid, so it doesn't matter. Let's move on. Just another negative wannabe guitar critic. Another cheap guy telling me I'm stupid for owning a Fender because I don't like it. I'm not stupid for buying Fenders, just as no one here is stupid for owning a Squire. Here we go again with the relativism. But also, I'm a cheap guy. Look behind me. There's a 1975 Mustang. There's a 1979 Strat. There's at least 3 or 4 Gibsons in the frame. And then on the other side, there's a HM Strat just off camera over here. I have a serial number 24 Gibson Les Paul Robot in the other room that we'll talk about someday. I've got my Gibson Les Paul Standard I just bought last year, so I'm a cheap guy telling people they're stupid for owning a Fender just because I don't like it. That's not an argument because it's not true. I never said that I think you're stupid because I don't like you, or you're stupid because I don't like a guitar. I think you're stupid if you go online and say that a thing that is objectively bad is good. That's what makes you stupid, buddy. Just as no one here is stupid for owning a Squier. Irrelevant comment. And then here, we're talking about Big Jake. That dude's a tool. The guy in the video. Yeah, clearly many people here agree. This guy, this genius who wrote this big, long comment, this genius doesn't realize that I am the guy in the video. And that's just hilarious to me. Then Nick comes in here and spoils the surprise. Then Derek says, again, he still doesn't realize I'm the same person. He's broke and wants to be a guitar god, and he lives in filth. You can smell his room through the screen. Oh, yeah, look at my filth. This is a basement, ladies and gentlemen, because the nice rooms of my home are occupied by human beings, because I am a biologically successful male who is married and has multiple children. Those children are in those nice rooms. I'm down here cramming together as much as I can in as small of a space as possible. And I'm so sorry that my massive and expensive guitar collection, my very nice amp collection, and everything else, over half of which is off-screen, isn't as perfectly tidy as you would like. Maybe I should make my children live down here and move all of my very nice guitars into their bedrooms. Would that make you feel better? Would you be right then? Maybe. These are quite nice guitars, but he has some weird ideas. And then he didn't explain what the weird ideas were. So again, there's no argument. He has a couple good points. He agreed with what I said about making a Fender Bronco at $700. But the reason this comment's even in here is he says, I do hate Gibson as a company. The cork sniffers, executives, lawsuits, and luxury snobbery is off-putting. I still love the guitars, though. I just feel guilty buying them, so I get that. I also hate being affiliated with other Gibson fanboys. Play authentic, my hairy ass. So he admits the guitars are nice. He admits he likes the guitars. He admits he wants the guitars, but he feels guilty buying them because he doesn't want to be affiliated with other Gibson fanboys. This is what our hobby has devolved into. It's devolved into and he's proving that his own collection of fanboys that he's singing a chorus with, those are okay because they're mine. But these other ones aren't. What? People just follow blindly. They go, and they follow. Oh, broken headstock. Oh, the QC is bad. The Gibsons are so terrible. They don't have a brain. They follow everything that everybody else says and then admit it. It's pathetic. And here's another guy. Gibson is the real ripoff. What does that add to the conversation? What does that have anything to do with me saying that Fender knocked it out of the park with this Squier and makes it inexcusable to charge $600 plus for the Standard Series or $4,000 for the Ultralux? There's no argument here other than Gibson is the real ripoff without explaining why, without countering anything that I said, without providing any fact. I think we've only got a couple more. I don't want to read through any more of this because there's just so many. This guy's whole deal is about how much he hates Fender. Not you again. It's because you can't afford it, and that doesn't make it the best. This guy is just low-rent Glenn Fricker from Spectre Sound Studios. I've said all of that without showing it to you, but you don't believe me? We can go back for a sec. Here. Gibson's the real ripoff. This guy's whole deal is how much he hates Fender. Not you again. Just because that's all you can afford, it doesn't make it the best. This guy is just low-rent Glenn Fricker. I'm going to ask you a question, viewers. How many arguments were made that had a point to counter one of mine in my last video? I've shown you every negative comment that was left. And not a single one countered anything that I said in the video at all. Zero. But how many comments immediately attacked me personally as a human being, or said that my delivery style or my binary of good and bad were the problem and were problematic? Pretty much all of them. We have got to stop this shit. This is ridiculous. If you're the kind of person who would say something like that, or if you're here because you saw me post this online and you're just dead curious about, what I had to say, shame on you. I'm not here to be a moral police officer, by the way. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. But I'm going to tell you what you shouldn't do. I mean, this is the reason why I have to keep making these videos. You have proved me right so many times. So many of you. You're proving that I'm right. The people that defend Fender without substance are the reason Fender keeps getting away with this crap. They made the standard series for you because you're a sucker and you're an idiot. They made it for you because you're going to buy it, and as your fingers get cut off with steak knife frets, and when your guitar goes out of tune, and you break your tuner from using it so much with the damn thing, you're going to go online and say that somebody like me telling the truth is just angry. Did you say, actually, the guitar stays in tune really well? Actually, the fretwork is great. Actually, the trem is pretty stable. Actually, the pickups are awesome. No! You say, that guy's too aggressive. That guy's too hostile. Everything is okay. Everything is right except for you, for that. Everyone is right except for you. Everything is acceptable except for what you said. The fact that you can self-defeat your argument so thoroughly is incredibly impressive. And I commend you for that. I had to make this video because I needed everybody to see what we're up against. Because this is absolutely bonkers and pathetic. Special interests are an interesting thing. We have them because we're so passionate about them. We have them because we're so knowledgeable about them. But so many of these people, they're not knowledgeable. All they have is the passion, and the passion is unfounded. I don't know. They're allowed to love it. They're allowed to like it, sure. But speak with objectivity, for God's sake. Talk about something that's good if it's good. Talk about something that's bad if it's bad. If you disagree with somebody, tell them why. People are going to hate comment on this video. Guaranteed. Go to my other video. There's a lot of people on there that said some things that weren't very nice. But they're not going to ever counter anything that I say. So if you counter what I say with a fact, or you counter what I say with something that's actually objectively true, good. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's the kind of discourse that we need in this hobby. But instead, we got these comments that don't make any sense. They're wrong. They make fun of me personally. I just think that's absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. And here's the kicker. The kicker of all kickers, okay? These people are terrible guitarists. They're not good. They're not good enough to tell the difference. They'll feel a guitar, but they're not really feeling it. They'll play a guitar, but they're not really playing it. They'll touch a guitar, but they're not really touching it. Their ear isn't good enough to hear the difference. Their hand isn't good enough to feel the difference. They haven't owned enough guitars to be able to tell you what's good and what's bad. They haven't played enough guitars to tell you what's good and what's bad. They don't have any credibility. They don't pay their bills with music. They don't make a YouTube channel from zero and build it and build it and build it and build it. Am I huge? Am I a million subscribers? No. But I got much more of a claim to it than they do. I built a band from nothing. And we're breaking records at bars when we go play. We got more followers on our Facebook's band page than any band in this area, for the most part, barring a couple, including bands that started their pages 10 years ago. So I know what I'm doing. I got the credibility. I make the money from it. Take your opinion and put it in the toilet where it belongs. It's absolutely pathetic what's happening right now. And for those of you who agree with me, thank you. We have to stick together, or we're going to be in big trouble. So, what are we going to do now? Where do we go from here? The channel's not changing. I'm going to make the same kind of content as I always have. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be straight. I'm not going to tell you bullshit. I'm not going to tell you lies. I'm going to tell you the truth. And what can you do? Every time you see a brain-dead, inane comment online about guitars, I'm not saying to be the actually guy and correct them. But, I don't know, maybe you should correct them factually. Counter them with facts, because they cannot stand it if you come at them with a fact that objectively disproves what they have to say. They will immediately come back at you with an insult. And when they do, let it hang or double down on your fact. There's no way to dig themselves out of that hole. They'll just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until they end up in a group like the one that I just showed you.